Hi friends, we are discussing semiconductors. In semiconductors, now we are going to understand about two transport mechanisms as far as electrical conductivity is concerned. I already told you that electrical transportation takes place in semiconductors through two different approaches. One is called drift approach, another is called diffusion approach. So drifting, let us understand how the conductivity, electrical conductivity takes place through drifting. Imagine that a specimen is given an additional potential with the help of a battery here. So this shows the charge carrier in a semiconductor. Electrical field is created. So under the influence of an external electric field, the charge carriers are forced to move in a particular direction, constituting electric current, that is conductivity. This phenomenon is what is known as drift. Again I am repeating. Under the influence of an external electric field, the charge carriers are forced to move in a particular direction, constituting electric current. This phenomenon is what is known as drift. Let us say there are n number of electrons in a semiconductor. And because of this electrical field E, these electrons were drifted in one direction. Therefore, the drift velocity is what is taken as velocity. Drift velocity is represented as Vd. Now, with number of electrons, each electron carrying a charge of E and a drift velocity Vd, we can easily calculate the current density J. J is nothing but the product of the number of electrons, the charge of an electron and the drift velocity. So that is the current density. Current density is J is equal to NeVd, right? But we all know that when this conductivity is taking place, we can calculate the conductivity also. J is sigma E is one formula. J is equal to sigma E is another formula. From there sigma we can calculate. That is nothing but if J is equal to sigma E, then sigma equal to J by E. Already we have calculated J as NeVd. So therefore sigma equal to J by E means NeVd by E. Right? And one more thing. Whenever we use the word drift velocity is always proportional to the electric field. The more electric field, the more will be the drift velocity. The less the electric field, the less is the drift velocity. That is, Vd is directly proportional to E. So if you take Vd directly proportional to E and replace that proportionality constant with an equality, then you will get a constant. So therefore, if Vd is proportional to E, Vd is equal to constant in E. That constant what we earlier defined as mobility of charge carriers. So because the charge carriers are electrons and electrons are represented in our discussion in semiconductors are N, holes are represented by P. Therefore, this mobility is mobility of electrons. That is, mu is represented as mu n. Therefore, that is the next step. Drift velocity is Vd is equal to mu n into E, where mu n is the mobility of the electrons. So, substituting these values, this value in J, then instead of Vd you can write mu Ne. Therefore, J will become Ne mu Ne. So, Ne mu Ne. From there, we can again calculate sigma. So, Vd equal to mu Ne we substituted here. Therefore, we got J instead of NeVd we got as Ne mu Ne. Similarly, sigma J by E, that is Ne mu n by E. This E will get off. So, that is what? Sigma is found to be J by E, that is Ne mu n E divided by E. E gets off. So, therefore, you will be left with Ne mu n. Right? You got conductivity. What is sigma? Sigma is the electrical conductivity. Now, the reciprocal of this is what? The reciprocal of conductivity is resistivity. Therefore, from sigma we can calculate rho. Rho is nothing but 1 by sigma. So therefore, if sigma is Ne mu n, rho is equal to 1 by sigma means this will become 1 by Ne mu n. Right? Now with this background, in the case of a semiconductor, the drift current density due to electrons can be calculated as J drift. So therefore, drift current density due to electrons is nothing but J drift. Drift current density, J is current density due to drift of electrons. Therefore, it is represented as Jn drift. It is nothing but N mu n E E. Right? Similarly, if it is drift current density due to holes, holes means wherever you have N, you will get P. So therefore, drift current density due to holes can be calculated as Jp drift P mu P E. This is current density value. How we got it? Current density is sigma E, na? This is sigma and E. Sigma E is J only. So you have two current densities under drift. Drift current density due to electrons, drift current density due to holes. Then what is the total current density? Total current density is the sum of these two. So that is what we are trying to find out. The total current density is nothing but J drift, that is Jn drift. J drift is nothing but the total current density. Total current density is the sum of drift due to electrons and drift density due to holes. So that means we will add these two equations to get the final equation. That is N mu n E E plus P mu P E E. So what is common in this? You can take it out. Small e into capital A. This is the charge of an electron. This is the field value. So take E as a common factor. Then total drift you will get as E when you take it as a common factor. Then you will be left with Ne into mu n, n mu n plus P mu P. This is the value. This is J drift. Now what are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out conductivity due to drift. That means we want sigma drift. So sigma drift is nothing but J equal to sigma E. Therefore sigma equal to J by E. Therefore sigma drift is equal to J drift by field. Understood? So therefore when you substitute this value, this E gets cancelled and you will be left with, this E will go, E into N mu N plus P mu P. You can expand it of course. En mu N plus EP mu P. So for an intrinsic semiconductor, suppose this is for extrinsic we are talking about. So in the case of intrinsic, if you take, we know that N is equal to P equal to Ni. So wherever N and P are there, you can substitute Ni. Therefore, this will become automatically Ni into. So take out E common. For N and P, E you are taking into common. Then when you take E as common thing out, you will be left with N mu N plus P mu P. For N equal to P equal to, if you substitute Ni, so Ni also you can take it out common. Therefore, sigma drift for the intrinsic, that's why we wrote it as sigma I. Intrinsic semiconductor conductivity will be Nie into mu N plus mu P. This is about drift current. Similarly, we shall see about diffusion current. Now, if you look at diffusion current, there is non-uniform carrier concentration in a semiconductor. Number of holes need not be matching number of electrons. There is a diffusion that is taking place. So rate of diffusion we have to find out. So due to non-uniform carrier concentration in a semiconductor, the charge carriers will be move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Due to non-uniform carrier concentration in a semiconductor, the charge carriers move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. So this process is what is known as diffusion of charge carriers. Now let us say the excess electron concentration, let us say, let it be delta n. Then there is a law we apply here to calculate the rate of diffusion of electrons. There is a law called Fick's law, F-I-C-K, Fick. According to Fick's law, the rate of diffusion of electrons can be calculated with excess electron concentration as if the excess number of electron concentration is delta n, then according to Fick's law, the rate of diffusion of electrons is directly proportional to the partial difference value. That is, it is proportional to minus dou by dou x of delta n. Now when you replace this proportionality constant with the equality sign, you will get a constant. So that constant we are calling as dn. Therefore, if you replace this proportionality sign with equality, so you will get a constant and dou delta n by dou x. What is this dn? This is the diffusion coefficient of the electrons, because n refers to electrons. So this is what we call it as diffusion coefficient of electrons. Now, if you get this equation, from this we can calculate the diffusion current density due to electrons, that is Jn diffusion. Earlier we calculated Jn drift. Now we are calculating Jn diffusion. So Jn diffusion is nothing but this is rate of diffusion multiplied by the charge. So charge of an electron is E. So E multiplied by this will give you J diffusion. So therefore, diffusion current density you can calculate as Jn diffusion is nothing but minus dn into dou delta n by dou x into E. So you can take this common out. This minus will become minus E into minus dn will become E plus E. So E dn into dou delta x by dou delta n. This is the diffusion current density due to electrons. Similarly, diffusion current density due to holes also we can calculate. That means wherever you have n, you can have p. So therefore, the next step we are going to see is diffusion current density due to holes. So that is calculated like this. So instead of n, you will have p. So E will be as it is. So wherever you have dn, you can have dp. Here I put as plus E because already there is a minus there. So here I put it as, because you are taking holes. Hole is a positive charge. Therefore, charge of an electron is taken as plus here. Understood? That's why we wrote it like this. So rest is same. Instead of dn, you will have dp, and rest is dou by dou x of, instead of delta n, you have delta p. That means delta p is nothing but the excess hole concentration. That is what you have to understand. So you have diffusion current density due to electrons, diffusion current density due to holes. So total diffusion will be what? So the total current density due to electrons is the sum of current density due to drift and diffusion. Again, be clear. Earlier we have seen J drift due to electrons, J drift due to holes. Now we are seeing J diffusion due to electrons, similarly J diffusion due to holes. That means Jn drift plus Jn diffusion is different. Jp drift and Jp diffusion is different. You have to be very clear. Now I want to find out the total current density due to electrons is the sum of current density due to drift as well as diffusion. So therefore, based on drift and diffusion, if I want to compute the total current density is like this. Total current density due to electrons is drift of electrons plus diffusion of electrons. So both I have to combine. So therefore, when I combine that, you will get like this. This is Jn. Jn drift plus Jn diffusion. Similarly, Jp drift plus Jp diffusion. That's how we have to sum this. So if you take the total current density due to electrons is the sum of current density due to drift of electrons and current density through to diffusion of electrons. That means Jn will be coming like this. Similarly, Jp, same lines. Total density due to drift of holes and that is sum of. If you want to calculate total current density due to holes is the sum of current density due to diffusion of holes and current density due to drift of holes. But here, that is the second equation. First equation, we want to measure the current density due to electrons. So electrons are giving current densities in two stages. There is a drift current density and there is a diffusion current density. So with respect to electrons, the current density due to electrons is equal to the sum of current density due to drift of electrons and current density due to diffusion of electrons. So that comes to around Ne mu Ne plus Edn into dou by dou x of delta n. Similarly, if you want to find out current density due to holes, current density due to holes is nothing but the sum of course minus has come because of minus value there, is the sum of current density due to diffusion of holes and current density due to drift of holes. So this comes around, instead of n, wherever you have n, you will get p. Simple as that. So here you can find similarities. Here it is Ne mu Ne, it is Pe mu Pe. Of course minus has come in the equation with respect to holes, you got minus. So that minus only we have used here. So this is total current density due to holes is the sum of current density due to drift of holes and current density due to diffusion of holes. Right? Now this is the second equation. The so-called delta n we are talking about, or delta P we are talking about. Delta n is the excess electron concentration. Delta P is the excess hole concentration. So the variation of excess electron density, delta n, with respect to x, we can work out as a graph plotted like this. Right? What is x here? X is the distance in the semiconductor through which they are traveling along. So delta n is the excess electrons. So when you plot a graph like this, it will be coming like this. As they pass through, it gets decreased like this. So this graph shows the variation of excess electron density, delta n, with respect to the distance in the semiconductor. This is about drift and diffusion. So based on this, we shall focus on understanding what is something known as Hall effect in the next session.